New redesigned teepee model. Just going to show you a few of the features here. So you've got one center pole, which you can cut in the bush, and then your stakes that stake out the bottom. I carry lightweight aluminum stakes with me, but you can cut both your center pole in the bush and your stakes. That's your wood stove flap right there. Your pipe just pushes right through. This is just an outside covering for if you're not using the wood stove and you have an open fire. This teepee's designed both for open fire and wood stove. So all you would do is cut a hole the size of your pipe, push it through. This would rest up against the pipe. You pull the pipe back through and it'll sit down again to keep the rain out. This new teepee design is made for both a wood stove, which is what I primarily use, and an open fire. So for an open fire, you've got to have vents in order to keep the smoke traveling nicely to the top of the tent, and that's what these are. You have two of these on the tent, and one, or the door is one. So these work from the inside of the teepee. All you would do is, if you're inside the teepee, you will pull these ropes and the flaps will lift up. You'll pull these ropes and the flaps will come back down. Simple as that. Foolproof design. Here's your second one. With the new design, one of the problems we were having with the old is that the door could be hard to shut at times. So when you set this one up, you'll always have the buckle done up, and you'll start from here to put your stakes in, ensuring that you can always get the zipper up and down real nicely. Then we also added a nice zipper flap here to cover the zipper. Of course, once you have it set up and you want to go inside, you can undo the buckle and open up your zipper. Door is designed to open as wide as you want. All you do is take stakes out and you can pull the door open. So you stake it down to whatever width you want the door to be. As you can see, we're burning an open fire in here instead of the wood stove today. So the key to having an open fire in a teepee is hot, dry wood and adequate ventilation. So we use the door as one vent, and we have two other vents, one there and one there. As I showed before, these vents are very simple. All you will do to shut them is pull on your bottom draw cord. So all you do to shut and open these vents, pull on the top draw cords, tie them off, and you have it open. Just tie a knot here so they can't shut. And to close, you'll grab the bottom, pull, and you can tie a knot off. Keep a knot on the top here so you don't lose your strings. Simple as that. So as long as you have good ventilation, it's not too windy, because sometimes if it's very windy it can blow the smoke around in here. You're going to be fine cooking or having an open fire in here. As you can see, I'm sitting here. I'm having no smoke problems. Everything is going straight up and out the peak. Our peak's being completely redesigned as well. As you can see, it's got a really nice vent system, which is all controlled by ropes. Very simple, easy to use. So you have your 3 ropes here for opening, and your 3 ropes off to the side, which go through these loops for closing. So to open, you would just pull this string, which you'll have tied off to the loop there. Pull on this one, sorry, and you open up. You can open up the entire peak. Or you can open it up in just sections. To close, you pull your outer strings. And you're closed. So with your vent closed and the tent's filling up with smoke, to open, you just pull your individual ropes. You can open each section or open the whole thing. Once it's fully open, you just tie off your 3 ropes around the center pole and you're good to go. Ventilation. To close, you simply pull your outside ropes and then tie them to the loop in order to prevent the top from flapping or causing problems. You can close an individual section or close the whole thing. Peak closed. Simple to open. Untie your ropes, open up. Because we have a fire going, I keep the whole top open right now. Now when it comes to an open fire, the only reason I would recommend using an open fire in this teepee is if it's raining outside and you're not able to have a fire outside, or it's very cold and you just want to warm up for a bit. Of course, if you're camping inside the teepee, you're most likely not going to have an open fire if you're hot tenting in the winter or late fall, for the simple reason that ash is going to get all over your sleeping bags and whatnot, and it's just never quite as nice to cook with an open fire. But knowing you have the option is a very nice add-on. The size of this teepee is 14-foot diameter with a 10-foot 5 peak. This is a pole I just cut in the bush, and the stakes, like I said, you can cut in the bush or bring some lightweight ones with you. Total weight is about 35 pounds, perfect for on a horse, quad, or any other means of getting out to wherever you're going. Teepee is made with military grade canvas, so should last a very long time. It's the best canvas on the market, and it's also the best teepee tent on the market when it comes to quality of materials. Of course, if you're using a stove, you would have your peak closed unless you need some ventilation. I use a nice titanium stove, which I would have right here where the fire is, and your chimney would go out that flap right there. That's a special heat resistant or fireproof material that can handle very high heat. You would basically cut a hole in that for the size of your chimney and then push it out, and it would push against the flap outside. People ask how many this tent is rated for, and I tell them it's 14-foot diameter. Fit as much or as little as you want into it. I personally have had a stove in this tent and also slept 6 people, but in my opinion that was quite crowded. It can easily sleep 3 or 4 and have a stove and some gear. All depends what you're using it for. Tipi tent, cap open, fire going, door open, cap closed.